Okay, we're going to look at how you subtract mixed numbers if there's borrowing involved. So take a look at this problem here. I've got 5 1/4 minus 2 3/8. Now notice the two denominators don't match, so I have to multiply to get them to have the same denominator. So the denominator for both of these is going to be an 8. And you can tell from the fraction here, I already have an 8, so I'll just write the 3, carry that over. For the top one, I need to multiply by 2 over 2. Now remember, that is just a big fat 1, but it gives us a 2 on the top and an 8 on the bottom. So now if you look at this fraction, 2/8 minus 3/8, you might think that the answer would be a negative 1/8. But you can't have a mixed number and take 5 minus 2 and have a positive 3 and then a negative 1/8. That is not, it's not equal to 3 1/8. It's not equal to negative 3 1/8. So we're going to have to do something different. So I'm going to erase those. And let's do something a little bit different. So what we're going to do is the same thing that we do when we borrow. Let me just show you a quick example of that. If I have 582 and I'm subtracting 127, let's say, I can't take 2 minus 7, so I borrow from the 8, and when I borrow from the 8, I'm borrowing 10. So that 2 then becomes a 12, and this becomes a 7, and then I can continue with my math, and I get a 5, then 7 minus 2 is 5, 5 minus 1 is 4. So that's the concept of borrowing. So I'm going to just get rid of this for right now, and let's go back to our fraction problem. So what I need to do is I'm going to borrow 1 from this 5 and make it a 4. But realize that I'm taking a whole pizza or pie or whatever a whole thing, and I'm adding it on to 2/8 of that thing. So you're not going to add 1/8 because the 1 that you take off of here isn't the same as 1/8. It's actually the same as 8/8. Because anything over itself is 1. We took off 1 from the 5, and we added on 1 in the form of 8 over 8. So what I actually have here would be 10/8. So I've got 4 and 10/8 minus 2 and 3/8. Now I can do my subtraction. I can take 10/8 minus 3/8 and get 7/8, and I can take 4 minus 2 and get 2. So that would be the answer. Okay, here's a problem that involves subtraction and addition with mixed numbers. We're going to start with what's in parentheses. So if I add 12 3/10 plus 5 3/4, my common denominator for these is going to be 20. So what I need to do is multiply times 2 for this one, which is going to make this a 6, and times 5 to this fraction, which is going to make it a 15. Now, when I do that, I end up with 21 over 20. And then when I do the 12 plus 5, I get 17. So it looks like I've got 17 and 21 twentieths. Well, that doesn't work because this is an improper fraction because the numerator is bigger than the denominator. So I need to do a little bit more work here. This right here is really 1 and 1/20. So what I need to do is I need to take this 17 and add 1 and 1/20 so that my answer here is really 18 and 1/20 because I added the 17 and the 1. Okay, so now my problem I'll write it over here, is 29 minus 18 and 1/20th. Okay, if I write that vertically, it's 29 minus 18 and 1/20th. Well, the problem is there's nothing right here for me to subtract the 1/20th from. So to get something right there, what we're going to do is we're going to make a trade or borrow. I'm going to make this a 28 and this a 20/20 because that's 1 plus the 28. That's where that 29 came from. So now I can do my subtraction problem. I can take 20 minus 1 and get 19/20 and subtract 28 minus 18 and get 10. And the final answer is 10 and 19/20.